mile, running mile in less than 4 minutes. But he believed he did. So he ran one local event in the UK, and the event was actually in Shropshire, which is like kind of like where I grew up as a very, very small infant. It was like a cross-country track. And he ran it in like 4 minutes and 2 seconds. He's like, I'm gonna be the first ever person to break a mile under 4 minutes. Come to the event next week, and I guarantee, I feel, as long as the conditions are right, I will be the guy that breaks that mile under 4 minutes. That event, he has all these local newspapers, all the national journalists there, and he runs it in 4 minutes and 1:52. And everyone's like, yeah, you said you were gonna do it. It's not possible. And that was like your absolute max. And he had a headwind behind him. It was a downhill slope. He said that you had all these variables in your favor, and it still could not be done. The very following week, we had the British Championships where he ran a 3 minutes and 59 seconds. He broke that 4 minute mile. Do you know who came second? Nobody fucking knows. But the second person also broke the 4 minute mile as well. But he wasn't the first. And when I'm hearing their stories, I'm thinking, when I first started, I used to think it was going to take me 8, 9, 10, 11. It took me 8.5 months. It didn't take me 4 months. So if you're brand new into this industry, it only takes the mindset first and foremost to go, you know what? I can break records here. It is 100% possible. If you justify to yourself that you can't do it because you're going through the field with children, well, unfortunately for you, David has just shown that it can be done. Blanca before him showed you could do it with 3 kids going through the field. If you feel like you can't do it because you're over the hill, and this is the issue for the younger people, well, thankfully someone who's above 30 with that kind of like responsibility in life has already shown you how to do it. And I'm sitting here thinking, you know what, this is such a great opportunity in terms of what we have at hand right now. I don't think you truly understand how blessed you are. Because what tends to happen is we often look at how far we have to go rather than how far we've already got. And I'm looking at Clayton and I'm hearing him and he says, I just want to thank everybody for being patient with me. I'm going to make mistakes. I'm still going to make... That was one of the most humbling things, and showed huge humility on a promotion day that I think I've ever seen. I want to thank you for your patience in the mistakes that I have made. And I think that's it. Like, all we're trying to do is help develop, and foster better leaders for tomorrow. And leadership and leaders aren't born overnight, they're born through time. But a lot of times, I know that's that point, we often think how far we have to go rather than how far we've already got. And a lot of the times we always question ourselves, are we in the right place? Am I in the right place? Am I in the right industry? Am I in the right company? Things just aren't happening. And I think the reason and the struggle that everyone faces because of that is because what you're trying to do is you're always trying to find the right answers. You're always trying to find the right answers. The problem is, have you ever took a step back and said, am I just asking the wrong questions? When I first started this industry, very much like yourselves in the group, I thought, it's because I wanted to aspire to be something. I thought it was going to be, I wanted the money. I wanted the accolades that came with the money. That's what my first thought process was. I thought if I could become a regional consultant or a national consultant, if I was to make $100,000 a month residual income, I'd be really excited about that. That would make me happy. But oftentimes, it's not the money that makes you happy, it's the choice that it provides you, right? But when you think about wealth, and that phrase wealth, often people sometimes look at the financial aspect that is attached to it. But there's other wealth factors that you should be looking to aspire to achieve in the direction on your journey so far. And there's 5 wealths that I think that everyone should be aspiring to achieve, okay? Number 1 is the reasons why I felt that progressing in the industry like this made sense to me was so I could have time wealth. I could get myself into a role of responsibility where my business ran itself. Become a consultant, I had the freedom and the autonomy to be able to travel whenever I wanted to, where I could control my schedule. In the field, it's very hard to control your time. It's very, very difficult because you spend 6, 7, 8 hours in the day, speaking to people and hearing no on a constant. And if you sit in the room and go, well, I love no's, then you're lying to yourself. No one likes hearing rejection. Nobody. And don't try and spin it, well, that one no is one step closer to a yes. Because I guarantee you right now, if I gave you the option to go and receive 100 yeses today versus 100 no's, everyone would choose the yeses. But the reason why I felt like I wanted to progress into a consultancy role was so I had that time wealth. And I'm hearing, David, thank Toff for the impact that he's made on being a father. Well, the big message that I'm constantly trying to have with Toff, all the time, almost like every cause that we have this little moment, I'm like, we are fighting, Toff, to progress your career so you can create more time with your son. You're creating more time where you're not going to miss the school runs, the school plays, the sports games. You have all that time in the world that you can give back to your loved ones. That was the first wealth I think everyone should be looking to aspire to. Number 2 is the social. That's your friends, that's your family, that's doing fun activities together. So anyone remember when you were young, like you used to look forward to those vacations as holidays? Like you used to live for that summer. Like you see it all the time in I guess the regular workplace. People can't wait for the sun to come out. Like sun's out, guns out approach. Most people plan way more intensely towards packing an itinerary and a suitcase for a vacation than they do their own careers, by the way. And for me, I think that's a huge shame. When I look at the social wealth, it's like putting yourself into a position that you can enjoy your time with those friends and give back to those friends and those family members too. Like if it means going on vacation with friends, if it means going on vacation with peers, like you'll be able to have that social, doing things that make you happy. If it's going to watch your local sports game, or if it's Igor and you're motivated by running marathons. Has anyone here run a marathon before? Very few people's hands have gone up. You can't run the marathon for fun. There's no way running 26.2 miles is fun. What was mile 20 like for you? Terrible. And what was the first thing I spoke to Igor today? I was like, hey, what time did you run the marathon? He's like, bro, this one was shocking. I'm like, well, but first and foremost, like you do realize you've done something that most people will never ever do. I don't care if it took you 20 hours, you've done something that people are not willing to do. It's like, man, mile 20, I was getting the most serious, mile 22, I was getting these cramps, I had to walk for a mile. And he's role playing with me, right? He's drinking his little green cup of tea, whatever he's got in his hand, right? And I'm like, okay, cool. I was like, and I really wanted to say, how did you get through that wall? But he gave me the answer. He's like, but then I had my friends there at mile 23, my guys were there cheering me on. And then it gave me this extra boost of energy. And I think that's the social aspect too, is if you've got people who are on your side cheering and supporting you and pushing you to the right direction, that for me is wealth. Then you've got your physical wealth. Now your physical wealth is training your body. Like I asked my dad this question because my dad was in critical hospital for 4 weeks at 59 years old. And I had to carry him into the bathroom, I'm not ashamed of saying now, I had to bathe him, I had to change him, I had to lift him out of bed. It was horrible. And I said, Dad, what the fuck happened? Like you used to be a cross-country runner, you used to be able to run all the time. I was like, if you could change anything now, it's like I wouldn't stop working out. Because once your body gets to a certain point, you're gonna need that function for it to keep moving. If I could go back in time when I felt like I was injured and I still found other ways to kind of build up my cardiovascular fitness, I wouldn't just cold turkey and stop. It's the most vital thing for me. And now he's being discharged, thank God. All he does is he's finding ways to exercise. So he's trying to prolong his life. And he said something that was so shocking to me. He's like, Gavin, I see you once or twice a year. I know you live in America, I know you fly us out here and you come and visit once a year too. But based on the average lifespan, I turned 60 in 2 weeks, I turned 60 on May the 4th. It's like the average lifespan in the UK is like 78 years old. So realistically, what scares me, son, is I'm only gonna see you 30 more times before I die. Like when you hear that as a son, that for me was like so panic, but that ties into two things: the social, the family, the time, and the physical. So I want to make sure that he fights longer, so there's more time we get to spend together as well. Then you've got the mind wealth. So I just know how everyone just started now writing things out on a piece of paper. Your body won't function without its mind. So every single day we have to be training our mind, taking these promotions, taking every little bit of information and juice we can gain from it to kind of train our mind to be better, to have a better attitude, have understand what a better work, to gain more skills, more qualities, so we can perform at a higher level. Because without the mind, the body won't function. And then of course the fifth one's the obvious one, the wealth one, the financial attachment. But if you asked any millionaire today, by the way, if you asked somebody who made $100,000 a year, if you asked somebody who made $2.5 million a year, somebody who's worth 100 and somebody who's worth 500 million, and you asked them, hey, quick question, what money would you need to make to be 100% fully happy? And I guarantee that everyone would probably say something along the lines of double what I make now, triple what I make now. So we often chase the financial part as the goal. That's the wrong part. The financial helps facilitate all those things, because you can pay to create time. Time's a valuable asset, but if you need more time, you might have to pay for cleaners. You might pay for someone to pick you up somewhere to kind of expedite the time. That financial wealth might help with the physicality part of it, but buy yourself a gym, a membership, a personal trainer. It might help facilitate the social aspects, going to sports games, the vacations, the travel, the weekends, the dinners. You might feel better about yourself and like you're a bit more accomplished, but you guys all have that choice. But it all goes back to the mind. So if you're in the group in the audience today, don't just see today as a promotion, that's it, and celebrate their success. Do that. But believe that you'll be the next guy or the next girl here coming up on stage. Whether it's here, a different location, whether you feel like you're going to take over and open offices before somebody else does, you have to start believing it first. And if you're not believing it, give yourself a bit of a reality check. Before you hit the field today, look yourself in the rear view mirror in the car. You pull your sun visor down, look yourself in the mirror, grab yourself in a camera, record yourself and say, I will fucking do this. I can do this. It's completely up to you guys. I can't wait to see the next wave of entrepreneurs, the next wave of leaders. But just remember, your leadership, your leaders, you're not born overnight. You're just born over time. You guys have an amazing Saturday, and I'll see you guys at the very top. Have a great day. Yeah.